Hi, everybody. I hope you are doing fine. Today, we are going to move with a new consultation class. We are going to deal with a new grammar aspect. And in this lesson, I'm going to talk about the difference between the adjectives that ends in ed and adjectives that end with ing. We will talk to decide when to use these and when not to use these. And in the end of the lesson, we are going to deal with the quiz to check your grammar understanding. So let's get started. So let's proceed with the adjective that end with ed. These are adjectives that describe feeling or emotion in a person, but we can use these adjectives to describe the animal's feelings or emotions. For example, to the pets that you think to the emotion that they are experiencing. Okay, let's have a look at the example below. I am so tired. So the adjective in this case ends with ed. He looks excited. Even this adjective ends with the ending ed. The dog seems scared. Even this one got the ending ed. And are you bored? Even the last example has got the ed ending. So all these examples have the adjectives that end in ed, and so make sure that you are going to use the ed ending just only to describe the feeling or the emotion of a person or of the animal. Okay, let's proceed with the adjectives that end with ing ending. The adjective that end with ing ending describe the characteristic or feature of something or someone. Let's have a look at the example below. Our trip was exciting. Exciting is the adjective that end with ing, and in this case, there is no emotion, so we are describing the characteristic of the trip. Work today was tiring. So the item described is the work. So in this case, the characteristic of the work. So in this case, which is tiring. I hope this lesson isn't boring. So even boring is an adjective that ends with an ing, and in this case, is describe the characteristic of the lesson. The last example. Children are exhausting, so you have to be very careful because I think people mostly get confused. Please note, children are exhausted and children are exhausting. So we have here two sentences. The first one, it has got the adjective that end with ed, and the second one got the adjective that end with ing. So these are very different from each other. So the last sentence is children are exhausting. It means to the speaker. So in this case, if I'm the speaker, children make me feel exhausted, or children makes me feel tired. So children, for example, because children may have a lot of energy and it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to play with children. So exhausting is a characteristic of them. Maybe someone who is tired might say, children are exhausting. And I can say, in this case, I feel exhausted. So please be careful. Children are exhausted and children are exhausting. So in this example really creates very different sentences, because the first one, children are exhausted, so it describes the children's emotions, so they feel tired, while the second one, children are exhausting, it describes the characteristic of them. So to recap, ed adjective describes feeling or emotion in a person or animal, while the ing adjective describes the characteristic or the feature of something or someone. So let's try to put this together in a quiz. I prepared a few examples and we will choose the correct form of the adjectives. The movie was exciting or exciting. So in this case, the movie was exciting because it described the characteristic of the movie. Your brother looks tired or tiring. Your brother looks tired because in this case it described the feeling of him. The news tonight is worried or worrying. The news tonight is worrying. So in this case the focus is the news because it describes its characteristic. The book is so bored or boring. The book is boring. It describes the book's characteristic. Where today was exhausted or exhausting. So be careful here because we have two sentences. Where today was exhausted or exhausting. Exhausting because it describes the characteristic of the work. And I am exhausted or exhausted. I am exhausted because it describes the feeling or the emotion. Okay, the last example, it coincides with the example that we did previously in the previous slide with the children. My boss is terrified or my boss is terrifying. Both the answers are correct, are grammatically correct, but you have to be very careful because my boss is terrified. It means in this case that the boss is scared by something or by someone. And while we use the ing ending for terrifying, it means that the speaker, in this case, is terrified perhaps by the boss, or perhaps the boss causes the terror feeling, the feeling of terror in the speaker. So it was a quick introduction when and how to use the ed ending adjective and ing ending adjective. So if you have any question and want to practice, feel free to do so to text me. So if you like the video, make sure to give a thumbs up. Thanks very much for watching this lesson and I will see you very soon. Bye.